There is nowhere else. I've been everywhere currently that there is to go on this map. Honestly, a bit of a loss. Guess I just keep wandering around and kicking ass, I guess. Which actually I don't mind, because for one thing this gives me money. This gives me money that I can spend to get those Phoenix Downs back that I lost. Well, I didn't lose them, I used them, really. Still can't believe I was supposed to be able to finish that fight in under 6 minutes. And it took 15. Unbelievable. I got 4 stars that time. Right, where was I going? Maybe... Oh, he's up. He's excited about something. Do your stuff. It's another one of these. Alright, let's examine and get puzzling. Today would be nice. I imagine it's going to be the same puzzle. Yeah.
Another head scratcher.
Resolve the anomaly. Oh, it's my new pet. Oh, you bastard. Oh, shit. There we go. There, and then it's there to there, and then from there to there. Done! I wonder how much more difficult it would be if they didn't give you a hint as to what it was supposed to look like. You know, if they just said, here, solve this, have fun. It would probably be a bit more challenging, actually. Well, a lot more challenging. There we go, thank you. And then you go to there, you go to there. Come on, change. Oh, you bastard. You go over there. You two go together. Change. You go there. You go there. You two go together. Oh, missed it, missed it. Oh, balls. You two go together, and then finally, you two. What a pretty picture. Anomaly resolved. Why, thank you. Thank you indeed. I aim to please. There should be more of Awerba unlocked, so I can continue my adventures.
No problem.
Hey, we did it.
Well, and welcome back to the real world with a fight. Oh, this is gonna get confusing. And possibly a bit of a moral question for this guy, seeing as he's now fighting his own kind. He's probably in a bit of a quandary at the moment, whether he should obey his new masters, being me, or fight for his people. Actually, I pay him, so he's gonna side with me. Although that would be an interesting dynamic, wouldn't it? If, like, if you came up against the same monster as the one you're currently using, they like make a moral decision to fight with you or against you.
I knew you'd
Or maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm the only one who thinks that would be an interesting thing. More than likely. Oh, and I can go down there now. Which I will do, as soon as I dispense of these bugs. You know, to be honest, with the number of bugs I'm killing lately, this little section wouldn't go out of place on Starship Troopers. You know, I imagine Rico would be proud of my bug slaying abilities. Oh, I should really take advantage of that. Oh, again, they moved out of rip range. I actually did it fine that time. Oh, they're in! Come on. Come on, Steve, focus. Nope. Oh shit, too far. Too much hassle. Just focus on one and kill it. Mainly because we're Scandroid. What an odd name. Mainly because he's at half health. And we still have one bug left, now that one's just died. Come on, kill it with fire. All bugs hate fire. It's a well-known fact. That, and it's the very first spell on my list. I'll let you decide the true reason why I'm using fire over and over and over. Those two on the minimap. Those two. I'm going to go and. Oh, are those little robot things that I keep questioning? Yeah, they are. Okay, mystery solved. Let's go back to what we were doing. More bugs again. Alright, Gwen, it's a nice easy fight. Especially when they stand there doing that, which is nothing. Another trophy! For those of you who are interested, that's the trophy that you get for... It's one of the ones with the very vague descriptions. I think it says something like, you get this trophy when you stagger a significant number of enemies. That's just it. It just says significant number, but it doesn't say how many you need to do. But considering this is still like very early in the game, this is like the fourth time period if you include the when you started in when you started playing as Serah, then you can't need to stagger that many. I honestly thought it was going to be like a ridiculously high number, like 1,000 or something. But it must be like 100. Oh, we have a gate here, but there's also more to explore. Gate.
No good.
Ah.
We need to find the right artifact for this gate.
That must be the time gate then, or the anti-paradox gate. Whichever one it is. That must be the one we need to use to advance the story, rather than a side quest one. Which, thinking about it, there was a second gate in 2 AF. The second time. I realise my descriptions of things are very, very vague sometimes, and I apologise for that. But they make sense to me, damn it. I'm also blaming the fact that I'm currently in a fight, so I'm focusing very hard pressing 2 buttons which never change. So that's very thought intensive. So yeah. There will be times when the things I say make no sense. I really hate these things. Although, I was about to say they don't do a lot of damage, but then again, I'm in the diversity paradigm, with Cait Sith constantly healing me. One robot to go! Oh! If it's robot, I should be using lightning, not fire. Thunder! Let's try this. Ah! Wrong button! Don't let him get... Yes. For a moment there, I thought using Thunder healed him. But luckily it was just Cait Sith healing me at the same time. And Mog does not want to resolve that anomaly. What a fussy son of a bitch. Okay, let's go this way. Past the land sub. Or whatever that is. Again. Fire, fire. When do I get to use summons? Actually, no, you know what? Forget that. I suddenly remembered that they were next to useless in the original 13. Because the time it took to actually get their attacks up, because they used the stagger gauge like you did normally. Their attacks were so weak normally that it wasn't... Well, they were stronger than yours on a single hit basis, but the time it took to actually use them, and the fact that they were only on the field for a limited amount of time, it actually wasn't enough of an offset to justify summoning them. So, as far as I'm aware, not a lot of people use them repeatedly. I mean, you use them once or twice, because, yeah, I've got a new summon, let's try it out. But in the long run, I don't remember relying on them at all. At least not like I did in the previous games. You know, I mean, in every game, every Final Fantasy game before 13 that had summons in, you would call on them, and they would kick ass. They would seriously decimate your opponents. Assuming you chose the right one, you know. I mean, if you chose Shiva against an ice opponent, you were pretty dumb, because it would do nowhere near as much damage as it should do. But generally speaking, in like 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12, the summons in those games were, you know, were good at doing damage. You could rely on them if you were like in a pinch and you needed to like bring down an enemy or just to do something. Then you could call on them, and you could like be comfortable knowing that even if they didn't kill the enemies on the screen, they would do a lot of damage. Like we're talking, compared to your hits of like 600, 700 or whatever, the summons would be doing a couple of thousand, you know? And that was a substantial amount. That was a substantial difference. But in 13, there wasn't anywhere near that level of damage difference. It was, like I said, it wasn't really worth it to summon the summons all that much. So I never did. Especially after the trouble you had to go through to actually get them. And it wasn't as if you had a choice. You had to fight them as part of the story. You couldn't progress through the story until you beat them in a fight, and some of them were a nightmare to do. You know, it took a couple of tries. Like Shiva, for instance. Snow Summon. That was a nightmare.